Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to heal the subscribe button, as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, with Pharma and Ellen making it to the nearest shipping port, they both stare off into the sea, filled with boats, all possibly carrying a deadly disease. Suiting up, the two receive reports of the merchant's health results, whilst learning that all cargo had been cleansed with wind magic, and those possibly ill have been isolated. Personally boarding various boats, Pharma begins thorough inspections of the cargo and the crew, at the dismay of the captain. Having checked everyone, Pharma apologizes for the wait, telling the captain that they are free to unload their cargo, but before he goes, Pharma gives them prescriptions, as some of the men are in need of vitamin C. As Pharma and Ellen head to the next boat for inspection, they are pelted by an apple, looking up to see an angry captain, demanding to be let into the port first. This prompts another captain to argue that they have been waiting for ages, and if their goods go bad, they'll be blaming Pharma, a mere child. Before Ellen can personally silence the noisy captains, several cannons are suddenly fired in their direction, drawing everyone's attention. Seeing several huge boats, with flags of the kingdom, Pharma is surprised to learn that Mr. Jean, a regular in his pharmacy, is the captain of the kingdom's fleets. Raising his voice, Mr. Jean states that Pharma is not only trusted by the Queen herself, but also belongs to a family of top pharmacists. Refusing to allow Pharma's name be slandered, Mr. Jean threatens to shoot down the ships of those not willing to listen to Pharma. Thanking Jean for assistance with the inspections, Pharma learns that Mr. Jean and his crew have all grown to love the vitamin C candy in Pharma's store, promising to give them a bulk of the candy, as repayment for today. As Pharma and Ellen take a quick break, Ellen begins wondering what terrible things would have happened if it weren't for Pharma, but suddenly everyone is interrupted. Pharma and Ellen learn that several people have died after developing fevers. Reports say that a small boat had been spotted near the ports, having disobeyed orders and illegally entered the country. Fearing that the disease will spread rapidly, Pharma immediately heads out, all whilst Ellen asks that he not leave. Pharma knows that Ellen is afraid, but he states that Ellen is just as capable, and that he is the only one that must take a chance, in order to stop the Black Death from spreading. Unveiling his wand, Pharma soars through the sky, making his way to a nearby village, where people are slowly dying. As Pharma begins thinking about the measures he'll have to implement, to stop the spread of the disease, he reasons that there must have been rats on the small boat, that carried the disease, that he'll have to purify everything that came from the small boat, and that he'll have to track down the men that left the small boat. As Pharma gets deeper and deeper in thought, he barely dodges a collision with a bird, losing control and falling towards the ground. Luckily he's able to regain control of his wand, but accidentally steers into a tree. Bracing for impact, Pharma magically passes through the tree, realizing that his wand has special skills that even Solomon was not aware of. Lucky to have avoided death, Pharma refocuses, as his main goal at the moment is to stop the spread of the Black Death. Seeing several villagers making their way out of the village, Pharma swoops in to intercept them, but they all wonder who this mysterious boy is. Knowing that if they stay in the village, they'll die, they try to make their way past Pharma, but Pharma demands they head back into the village, as they'll unknowingly spread the disease. Refusing to take orders from a kid, the villagers begin to get aggressive, even allowing their paranoia to accuse Pharma of the one cursing their village. As the villagers pick up weapons to force their way past Pharma is forced to unveil his divine magic. Slamming his wand onto the ground, Pharma encases the entire village in an ice dome, shocking everyone. With everyone in awe, Pharma calmly explains that he intends to stop the spread of the disease, and that they can trust him, as he himself is a royal pharmacist. Announcing that he has brought medicine for the disease, Pharma states that he can't guarantee everyone's safety, but by following his instructions, Pharma can guarantee the best possible outcome for everyone within the village. With all the villagers returning to the village, the heads of the village chat with Pharma, who reveals his plan to stop the spread and cure the sick. Pharma intends to split the village into 3 sections, one for the ones with severe symptoms, one for those who are recently infected, and ones that are healthy, all intended to separate the sick from the healthy, with everyone forbidden from leaving the village. As the sun sets, we cut to Mr. Jean, who learns of a mysterious ship approaching them, without any signs of stopping. Recognizing the ship, Mr. Jean spots the flags on the ship, all flags the signal that the crew are in dire need of medical aid. As Mr. Jean orders their crew to move closer to scout the ship, they all realize that everyone aboard the mysterious ship is either dead or very sick. Knowing that it would be unsafe for anyone to go near the ship, Mr. Jean decides it's best to sink the ship, along with all the bodies sick or alive, ordering his men to prepare the cannons. Thinking back on Pharma's wise words, Mr. Jean sympathizes with those aboard the cursed ship, as they had treated the Black Death too lightly, and now they are forced to rest deep in the depths of the sea. Just like that, Mr. Jean demolishes the cursed boat, treating this as a funeral for the men aboard. Back with Pharma, we see him providing medicine as insurance to those in the village experiencing mild symptoms. As the villagers all thank him, he begins making his way into the section of the village, housing those who are on the brink of death, asking that he be alone, as he is the only one that stands a chance at bringing those on the brink of death back to life. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and comment.